The rain hadn't stopped in days. Detective Henry Cole stood by the window of his apartment, watching the city breathe beneath storm clouds. In his hand was a photograph, faded, creased, the corners curled. A girl with a warm smile stared back at him from the past. Rachel Caldwell, 19 years old, found dead in an alley. No suspect, no justice, no peace. The case had destroyed him. Henry had once been a rising star in homicide, sharp, intuitive, respected. But the Caldwell case, it was different. The leads went nowhere. The evidence was thin. And the silence that followed wasn't just from the killer. It came from within Henry himself. He left the badge, lost his marriage, lost himself. But tonight, digging through a box of old files he meant to throw out, he found something. A matchbook, plain white, faded logo, from a dive bar that had closed years ago. It had been in Rachel's belongings, but somehow, back then, he missed it. He stared at it for a long time, and then he put on his coat. The rain welcomed him back like an old enemy. Henry moved through the city like a ghost with unfinished business, revisiting old crime scenes, talking to faces that had aged, listening for anything the past had left unsaid. Most people had forgotten, but not everyone. One bartender flinched when he saw the photo. "I don't know anything," the man stammered. Henry leaned in. "You knew her. You saw something." A long pause. Then the man whispered an address. 9th and Taylor, a warehouse. Henry didn't call for backup. He just went. Inside, it was cold and hollow. The air felt like the breath of the dead. A man stood waiting, mid-40s, clean clothes, a loaded gun in his shaking hand. "You're 15 years too late," he said. Henry's voice didn't rise, but not too late for justice. A shot rang out. It wasn't Henry who pulled the trigger. When the police arrived, they found the killer alive, disarmed, and handcuffed. Henry didn't speak, just handed them the file and walked away. No press, no medals. That wasn't why he came. Later that night, in a quiet cemetery, Henry stood by a grave marked Rachel Caldwell. He placed the finished case file on the stone and took off his hat. No words, just silence. And in that silence, something was restored. He turned, rain falling on his shoulders, and walked away straighter than before. Not redeemed by others, not redeemed by law, redeemed by truth. Sometimes justice comes late, but redemption never expires. Detective Cole's story is a reminder that it's never too late to make things right. Subscribe for more real and fictional stories of redemption, justice, and truth. Hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next.